Hi kids, in today's video we are going to talk about conditionals type 1. So let's start first of all understanding the concept of conditionals. In English grammar there are so many sentences that are constructed for a specific purpose. Amongst them, conditionals are few of the sentences that are based on conditions. There are total 4 types of conditionals, but in this video we are going to cover conditionals type 1, which is also considered or referred to as open condition. So let's have a look at its definition or basic concept. Conditional of this type tell us that something will happen if a certain condition is fulfilled. The condition may or may not be fulfilled. So the concept of conditional type 1, which is also called open condition, is that some action has to be done based on a condition. It does not necessarily mean that the condition may be fulfilled. It may or may not be. So we are not going to talk about the results, whether the condition was fulfilled or not, but that any action that is based on any other action, means based on any particular specific situation, circumstance, or a condition. This is open condition. For example, if as the example says, if they arrive late, they will miss the bus. So consequences and the condition. So if they arrive late, this is the action based on this condition. They are going to have the result that they will miss the bus. So these are all the sentences. They are called conditionals because they are based on condition as well as result or consequence. So this is the first basic type, which is called open condition, because it says that if you do this, you get the result on the other hand. The way to construct open condition or type 1 conditional is you use simple present tense in the first clause, that is the conditional clause, because it is constructed with if. As you can see, let us highlight. So this part starts with the alphabet. So this part starts with the word if. This clause is the if clause. We also call it if clause. So basically the if clause is the conditional clause. Here is the condition, then comes a comma. It is a must. If you are starting your sentence with if clause, a comma must be followed by the rest of the sentence. Then after the punctuation comma, the other clause is the result clause. So kids, you have seen that if they arrive late, this is the condition, that if they got late, what they are going to do? They will miss the bus. The result is that they are going to miss the bus. If he wakes up late, he is going to miss the exam today. Again, a condition. So we can say open condition or conditional 1 tells us that something will happen if a certain condition is fulfilled. Over here, what we are saying, that if this condition is fulfilled, that they do not get late, this condition is fulfilled. So this will happen, that they are not going to miss the bus if this is not happen. So both the clauses depend on each other, if clause and the result clause. Now we have an exercise based on the same concept. It says complete the sentences using the given verbs. This is conditional 1, so we are going to use first form of verb. In the first one, if clause, and future clause is the result clause, because it is result and then definitely result comes in the future. So we have been given these words: hurry, give, invite, sell, inform, go, win, help, allow, and play. We have to use them accordingly. Okay, let's start. Sentence 1 say, if I see Aslam, I will dash him to dinner tomorrow. Invite him to dinner tomorrow. Second, if I dash out, I'll turn off the TV. If I go out, I'll turn off the TV. If you dash tricks on people, they will not trust you again. If you play tricks on people, they will not trust you again. Next, if the farmer dash all his kiwi fruit in the market, he will be very pleased. If the farmer sell all his kiwi fruit in the market, next, I will dash you with your homework if I can. I will help you with your homework if I can. Next, I will dash you ride my bike if you like. I will allow you ride my bike if you like. Okay kids, here another important thing to consider or to memorize is first 4 sentences start with the conditional clause. Remember, I talked about conditional clause over here and I say conditional clause is the if clause. So you can see the first 4 sentences start with the if clause, comma, and then comes the result clause. Right? So what you need to focus, what I would like you to memorize and keep this thing always remember in your mind when you construct these conditional sentences in the written form, that whenever the if clause comes or whenever you start your sentence with the if clause, comma, and then comes the result clause. You can see if clause, comma, result clause. If clause, comma, after people, and then result clause. Similarly, if clause, comma, result clause. Now, what you need to focus and consider is the rest of the sentence 5, 6 and 7. 7 is the question I'll talk later, 5 and 6 specifically. You can see the result clause comes first. I will help you with your homework. This is the result clause because will is there. So, another point to memorize is in conditional type 1, if clause is the simple present clause. You do not use any will or shall, is, am, are. You use if, subject or pronoun, then first form of verb. Such as you have used over here, if I go out. If, subject, first form of verb. If, pronoun, first form of verb. If, noun, first form of verb. Over here, but in the result clause, you can see subject, will, and then first form of verb. This is the future simple. If clause is the simple present and result clause is the simple future. However, in sentences 5 and 6, you can see result clause coming first with will. So, this is another identification. So, if you get simple present, comma, simple future tense, together written with the use of if in the beginning, it is a conditional type 1. You can see this is the result clause. I will help you with your homework if I can. Now, the point to notice here is that there is no comma in between. The whole sentence has been written like one. There is no comma. The reason of using no comma here is whenever the result clause comes first, we do not use any punctuation mark. We just write if and then the conditional clause. Similarly, I will allow you ride my bike, result clause, no comma, if you like. Then the same thing happens whether it is a question or a negative sentence. Will you dash this basket to Auntie Sophie if you see her? Will you give this basket to Auntie Sophie? Again, we see that even if it is a question or interrogative sentence, no matter what, we have used will in the beginning, no comma in between. Again, if we dash, we will catch the bus. If conditional clause is in the beginning, comma, and then the result clause. So let's go to the words and find out what word will suit over here. If we hurry, if we hurry, we will catch the bus. Next, will you dash me if you are going to be late? Will you inform me if you are going to be late? So again, so will you inform me if you're going to be late? Now, the question must arise in your mind. It must arise in your mind that here in this sentence number 7, we started the sentence in the interrogative form. Will you give this basket to Auntie Sophie? We did not use any punctuation mark. Why we are using it over here? Will you inform me, comma, if you're going to be late? We just talked about the rule that whenever we start the sentence with the result clause, whether it is in the form of interrogative, whether it is in the negative form, you're not going to use any comma. Why are we using comma over here? Because it is again rule number 3, please remember it. Whenever this personal pronoun comes in the result clause and the result clause ends on the personal pronoun, I'll cover this topic in one of my another video, personal pronoun and possessive pronoun. Just to let you all know that we have subject pronoun and we have many categories of pronouns such as I, me, my, mine, myself. So I, me. I is a subject or a pronoun, whereas me is a personal pronoun. So whenever a personal pronoun is there at the end of the result clause, you're going to put comma and then comes the conditional clause. So this is the only reason. Here it was a noun, not a pronoun. So that's why we have not used it. Then the last sentence says, if he works hard, he will dash the competition. He will win the competition. Again, the rule to remember is the comma that where we have used it and where we have not. Just a quick recap of conditional number 1. It says that something will happen if a certain condition is fulfilled. So what you need to do is you just need to memorize this construction format, that if clause comes in the beginning, that is a conditional clause written in the form of using simple present tense, comma, and then the simple future tense, which is a result clause. And then you need to go through all these sentences. It will be very helpful for all of you. I hope this sums up a good understanding of this concept. I'll be back with some more. Till then, take care of yourselves and bye.